I recently had someone comment on one of my videos saying, why does the energy of this new moon in Gemini feel so heavy? So watch this video where I'm going to give one final recap on the new moon in Gemini as we are in the final day of shadow period for this new moon. Welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. My name's Isabelle and I help you understand who you are using personality typing and astrology. I was the kind of person who often felt lost and confused on their direction in life because I lacked a sense of identity that most people seem to naturally have. Then I discovered my birth chart, the Enneagram, and so much more. And for the first time, I felt like I had a sense of direction on who I was and what I could potentially want. So now I help you understand these things so that you can have more clarity on yourself and your direction too. Now, before I dive into wrapping up the new moon in Gemini, hit the link in the description below to get your very own My Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodie, available now. I do apologize really quick. Link is in the description below. Grab your hoodie now. Secondly, I apologize for the loud wind, and I know you can see it flapping on my curtain, but it is extremely hot here, and if I was going to film without the windows open, I would die. So let's talk about the new moon in Gemini. Someone recently commented on my video and they were asking, why does the energy of this new moon feel so heavy? And I wanted to dive into the reason behind that because I did talk about it in my other videos covering the new moon in Gemini, but as we are wrapping up this new moon, it can be important to reflect on these energies once again. The new moon in Gemini is a time for us to follow our butterflies, as I like to call it, and think about how we want to engage in the world with more openness and curiosity. Depending on the sign or depending on the house that this new moon in Gemini happened in for you will change where you were being more open-minded, chasing curiosity, and choosing to learn more. In the end, no matter what house your new moon in Gemini happened in for you, there was a call to be curious, a call to learn, and a call to be social in a new way. However, this energy usually feels more light, but with this new moon, we also had some challenging aspects. And these were aspects that were challenging between Mercury in Gemini, the new moon in Gemini, and Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces. On the first day, as the new moon in Gemini started, we had Mercury in Gemini forming a hard aspect, I believe, to either Neptune in Pisces or Saturn in Pisces. I cannot remember off the top of my head which it was, but we had a challenging aspect between Mercury in Gemini and a Pisces aspect. And this made us feel very conflicted in how we want to interact with the world. So as this new moon was already starting, we were starting to reflect on how do I want to show up in the world? What questions do I have? And how can I be more curious? And as we're starting to interact with that curiosity, we feel conflicted with this first aspect, telling us to maybe preserve our energy more. We felt stuck in illusions. We felt lost on how we could be energetically responsible. There's just this feeling of lostness. I don't think that's even a word, but you get my point. Then on the day the new moon in Gemini peaked, we had Saturn go retrograde in Pisces. With Saturn going retrograde in Pisces, there's a call to reflect on how we are responsible for our own energy. Oftentimes we think of being an adult or being mature as, doing our taxes, managing our finances, showing up to our 9 to 5, filling our gas tank. But really, there's an aspect of responsibility that comes with being a human being in which we have to be emotionally responsible for ourselves, taking care of ourselves, making sure we're not projecting our emotional turbulence onto other people. And that is what Saturn retrograde in Pisces is here to teach us. So during the same time as the new moon in Gemini, we expected to feel this lighthearted energy of curiosity, and many of us probably did. And at the same time, we felt this deep transcendent feeling, which could have felt lost and confused, or we could have felt a sense of clarity in the sense that with all this Piscean energy, We felt that we are stuck in our heads, and this formed a sense of brain fog for a lot of us. We felt that we didn't know what way we wanted to go. We felt heavy, maybe even emotional, a lot of deep, vulnerable emotions potentially coming up during this time, or just a desire to be alone in solitude. And that is all because of the Pisces aspects that were happening during the same time as the new moon in Gemini. And now, as we wrap up the new moon in Gemini, we also have some other aspects, I believe, between Neptune and Venus, Neptune, which is in Pisces, on today. And this is again calling us to reflect on our relationship with our energy. So if you felt that the new moon in Gemini has been heavy for you, it is because of all these Piscean aspects during this time. For those who feel it more strongly, I believe that this is a call. Those who feel it more strongly are being reminded to focus on their energy more. Those who felt that this energy was lighter during this new moon are people who have already focused a lot on their energetic boundaries potentially. So during this time, as you feel this heavy energy of the new moon and you're leaving the new moon shadow period, focus on how you can be more energetically responsible for yourself. This is, after all, a new moon, and this is a time for us to set new intentions and initiate new things. Specifically for all of us, initiating new intentions around how we are going to show up in the world, how curious we're going to be, and how we can be more emotionally balanced and energetically responsible and energized during this time. If this video helps you understand how the new moon in Gemini affected you and why this energy was so darn heavy, let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, be sure to book a 30-minute reading with me if you want more tailored guidance on the stars. In these 30-minute readings, you can ask any questions you want so we can dive into your chart, or we can talk about how the transits that are upcoming for the rest of June or into July are going to affect you. So hit the link in the description below to book a 30-minute reading with me right now. While you're down there, grab the free birth chart workbook if you have not yet already grabbed it, and check out the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle where you can access all 30 of our workbooks and courses on self-discovery and astrology for only $30. That's $1 per course per workbook. Link is in the description below. Get the bundle now while you still can, because I'm probably going to pull it soon since I'm offering so much content for so little. And I want to make sure that the value is seen. So hit the link in the description below to get 30 workbooks for $30 now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more updates on the stars, and check out our YouTube channel playlist for more videos breaking down your birth chart aspects. Once again, my name's Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.